Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstone, and peace salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet Earth, pushing the truth in the spirit, in sincerity, and in truth. Yeah, I just got this article out of Daily Caller. Basically, it's talking about how, European officials are warning Trump against leaving NATO. Recently, for a while now, Trump has been displeased with NATO about how they reacted to the war in Iran. They weren't really standing with America, and how now Trump wants to pull away from NATO, and there's prophecy about how the 10 horns are gonna hate the whore. They're gonna hate America eventually. So these prophecies are coming to pass, and they're being playing on tables. But yes, the Daily Caller, it was dated a couple days ago, May 21st. It's entitled "European Officials Warn Trump Against Leaving NATO as U.S. Weighs Its Own Priorities." It says officials in NATO nations bordering Russia urged President Donald Trump not to retreat from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, arguing that America still has too much at stake in Europe, even as Trump grows increasingly frustrated with the alliance and its response to Iran. So yeah, man, this is just all building up, man. Animosity and anger, it's all building up towards America. In mid-May, the caller visited countries bordering Russia to ask officials about Trump's accusations that NATO states are failing to fulfill their duties and his threats to pull U.S. support from Europe. The officials made their case as Trump, after he viewed as a blatant response from European allies to the war with Iran, spent several weeks threatening to pull out of NATO. The alliance formed in 1949 as a bulwark against the Soviet Union. Yes, all these nations came together as a power, against, Russia. Trump has called NATO a useless paper tiger and severely weakened and extremely unreliable partner. Threatened to pull out of the organization altogether and withdrew thousands of troops from Germany in early May. So yeah, eventually they're going to turn against America. All these NATO countries, 10 horns. But this is Revelation 17:15. Just the scriptures backing up the news, and the news backing up the scriptures, man. These prophecies, are definitely, coming to pass right now. And so, definitely close to the return of, Yahushai, and ultimately that destruction, It's Revelation 17:15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Yeah, some in America, the people within America. It's multi-pot society here in America. Which is the whore, Babylon the Great. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, thee shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Yeah, the 10 horns, talking about the NATO, EU. Yeah, the 10 horns on the beast, NATO, the EU. You shall hate the whore. We're seeing that. Trump wants to pull. He's been hurling insults, calling him a paper tiger. Paper tiger, a severely weakened and extremely unreliable partner. So, hurling insults and whatnot. So eventually it's going to turn to hatred, The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, thee shall hate the whore, shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. How is he going to burn her with fire? Eventually, that nuclear destruction. All these nations are going to fire off on America, the ones that have, the firepower, including, Russia, China, you know. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill His will. So the Most High is in control of all this. The Most High put in their hearts and in their minds to fulfill His will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. And the whore, the woman, is that great city, Babylon the Great, it was America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Yeah, America is that top empire. But America is slowly, going down, man. Ever since the 70s. We're seeing that now. They're about to celebrate the 250th anniversary. And a lot of scholars will tell you that, the average empire will last about 250 years, man. So we're close, man. Yeah, it's Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Yes, I'll stand upon your watch. That's what we're doing, standing upon your watch, watching for these prophecies, because no man knows the time or date or the hour except for the Most High. So what Yahushua gave us a list of prophecies, and also the prophecies written in these books by the prophets of old that prophesied against great kingdoms and war and the pestilence and evil. So we're supposed to reference, these scriptures to get these prophecies and to understand that the time is now and the time is close. Measure the time diligently in itself. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yeah, make it plain upon tables, man. Write the vision, these prophecies, man, in the scriptures. For none shall want her mate. You can't compare this book to any other book. None shall want her mate. Man, take you up the book and read. Because these sayings are faithful and true. This book, because no other book has, these prophecies. We just read about the whore. The beast in the EU is going to hate the whore, and we're seeing this. We read this article, man. Trump wants to pull away, hurling insults at each other, man. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Yeah, we're at the end, man. It's speaking and it's not lying, man. There's all types of articles, man. What's going on around the world. They're lining up right with the scriptures. For the end is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, the end is coming, man. Surely. These things are happening, so now it's time to get right. Now is the time, man. The Lord is near. But soon, that famine of the word is going to hit. The Lord, by that time, it's going to be too late. Though it tarry, though it may seem like it's taking a while, wait for it, because it will surely come, man. The Lord is a man that he shall not lie, man. He said it's going to come to pass, and that's exactly what's going to happen, man. But yeah, it said, it shall burn her with fire. That's going to be the outcome of this World War III when these nuclear missiles hit. Stars from heaven, Revelation 6:13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. It's all that nuclear missiles, man. Warheads, that ICBM missiles. Arrows that are going to be shot off from one end of the earth into the other. Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. Yeah, let's talk about that mushroom cloud, man. Those mushroom clouds are going to block out the sun and the stars and the moon, and become blackened, like thick smoke, thick clouds, day of darkness. The scriptures talk about, man. It's going to be those mushroom clouds. It says right here, and the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, the great men and the rich men, the chief captains and the mighty men. This would say, mighty men are going to cry there bitterly. Chief captains, the rich men, neither their silver nor their gold are going to be able to deliver them from the wrath of the Lord, man. Your silver nor your gold, man. So there's no escaping, the indignation of the Lord. And every bondman, every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Yeah, their little mountain-based retreats, underground military bases, bases in the oceans. And you're going to go up into space. But the Lord's going to get them, man. They're going to try to hide from the Lord, but they can't hide from the Lord. The ones that are locked to go into slavery, these elites, these chief captains, mighty men, the great men of the earth right now, the kings of the earth right now, they're all going to go into slavery. The ones that, live past that nuclear destruction, the ones that the Most High will preserve, they're going to be going into slavery. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity, the scriptures say. Right. It said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Yeah, Abishai, man, they're going to be, they're going to have a lot of fear when the Lord returns, man. They're going to be trying to hide from the Lord, but they're not going to be able to. The ones that, survive this nuclear destruction, because the Lord is going to preserve some of these elites, these rich men, these mighty men, chief captains, the kings of the earth. The Lord's going to preserve them, man. Some of them. Some are going to die. A lot of people are going to die. But there's going to be a preservation of these elites, some of these elites, man. The first job is to bury those bodies, over there in the Middle East, to bury them. But the great day of the wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Who shall be able to stand, man? Yeah, I just want to bring up this article, It says European officials warning Trump against leaving NATO. Because they're pulling troops out of these NATO troops and American troops out of these countries that are surrounding Europe, or that are surrounding Russia, so they're not having rid of that protection. But eventually, these NATO nations, they're gonna hate the whore. Eventually burn her with fire from this nuclear destruction, those stars from heaven. America's gonna be 100% wiped out. With that, shalom.